This tutorial is going to show you how to use Google Drive at the most basic level, Google 101 if you will. First, you need internet access. Any web browser works, so whatever you typically use, just click on that to access the web. I use Google Chrome since it's already connected to my Google accounts. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Google Chrome. Let's make that a little bit bigger, and there you go. You do need to set up an account through Google, which you also then get a Gmail account, but it's free, and once you have that, you can go ahead and start creating, and it walks you right through it. So for this tutorial, I'm already signed in, so I'm going to show you how to access the apps, the Google Drive apps, which is this icon right here, these squares within a square. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and click on the apps icon, and you're going to see a lot of options here. And the one that you want is Drive. This is where all of the media is located, including documents and presentations. So we're going to go ahead and click on Drive. And this takes me to my home page where all of my files are accessible. Okay, so you can see here I have lots of files, presentations, things like that. Okay, so we're going to walk through creating new media. So the first thing you want to do is click on Create, which is over here on the left. So you're going to click on Create, which is very user-friendly, and you're going to see all of the apps here that you have associated with Google Drive. Now, I have apps on this side that are ones that I have gone in and added myself, but the ones over here are ones that are always there and that you can use for free. A lot of these are free too, but not all of them. So we're going to focus just on the ones that you might be using to start getting used to working with Google Drive. So for this tutorial, we're going to go ahead and create a document. So you're going to go ahead and click on Document, and there you go. You've created your first document. So I recommend doing a couple of things once you've opened up your new document, and the first thing is changing the title. So you're going to want to go up to where it says Untitled Document. And as you can see, as my cursor hovers over, it gives me the option to rename. So let's go ahead and rename that. Otherwise, we're going to have a lot of documents here that are the same title, and you'll never be able to find them. So go ahead and click on the name and OK. And I want to direct your attention to this over here. This is where everything is telling you that it's being saved automatically. You never have to save anything in Google Drive. It does it for you. So I want you to keep your attention here while I go ahead and start typing on the document. And notice how it's saying saving. And in a few seconds here, it's going to say all changes saved in Drive. And it's saved. So if you leave the document and you go back to it, it will be here. You never have to save it. The other item I want to draw your attention to is the sharing, because that really is the reason that we're using Google Drive, is the ability to be able to collaborate and share documents with other people. So the first thing you want to realize is that when you hover over the share button, it's going to tell you what the access is right now. And all new documents are always going to start out as private. So if you want to share these with people, you need to go in and change that. So you're going to go ahead and click on Share. And you're going to see these options here. And right now, it says who has access, and currently it's me. So we're going to go ahead and change that by clicking on Change. And you're going to get a couple of different options here. I usually click on anyone with the link, no sign-in required. That way, anyone who has the link, even if they don't have a Google account, will be able to view the document. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. But I want to tell them what kind of access the people who are clicking on the link have. And there's three options. They can either view it, comment on it, or edit it. Please keep in mind that if you click on edit or comment, that those will show up on your document as well. So you only want to give them the editable rights and comment rights if you want to collaborate with that person on that document. So I'm going to go ahead and keep it as can view, and I'm going to go ahead and click Save. So now I have the link I can copy and paste and pretty much put anywhere, website, another document, presentation, and it tells me that I did in fact click that anyone who has the link can view it, but I can change that at any time, okay? And I can also invite particular people via email. and give them different accessible rights. So that's also here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and cancel that. Okay, so now you've created your document. Let's go out for a moment. Well, let me tell you what this is first. This is your document's homepage. So if you click on this icon over here, it's going to take you out of your document, but into the main folder where all of your documents are. So you can see that I've been working on a few test documents. I've been working on a few things here. It tells me when I was working on it last, and I can go to any document here and open that up. Okay, so that is back to your home page. So let's say now, though, that you want to create another document, or you want to create another presentation, or another form of media. So we're going to go back to our Drive, which is the tab next to it. It should still be open. And you're going to click on Create, and click on whichever media you would like to do. So let's just, for the sake of this tutorial, we'll just click on Presentation. And it's the same concept. For presentation, you do need to pick a theme first, so that's going to pop up in a moment. We'll pick this one. And then, again, I do recommend that you rename up here so that you don't have all these untitled documents in your folders and can never find anything. Okay, so then again, you have that main option to go into your PowerPoint, if you will, area and access any of your PowerPoints. Okay. All right, so that is some of the basics. One thing I do want to point out about Google Docs and presentation also is they are very much like Microsoft Office. So you notice up here that this should look pretty familiar if you are used to working with Microsoft Office. It's pretty similar. There are a lot of things that Google Drive can do, though, that Office can't, but that's for another tutorial. This is really just to get you started. But what I would recommend you do is start creating some documents, presentations, forms, and just play around with it so that you can see what they can do and what their functionality is, and kind of learn as you go. And the other item I want to point out is with forms. Spreadsheets are just like Microsoft Excel, but form is how people typically create surveys. So you can create your survey here, pick your theme, and you can start typing in your questions here. You're already there. It's already started for you. Again, I would recommend renaming it. And then you can go ahead and start adding your questions. It's pretty self-explanatory. Again, just start playing around with it so you can see what it looks like. But I will show you what it looks like to someone who is actually filling out the form. So there you go. So they would answer their question, hit submit, and they're good to go. And then to go back to edit this form, you'll see in the upper right-hand corner, edit. And notice that we keep opening up some new tabs here. I kind of like to keep things clean, so I'm going to get rid of these and go back to my original form. And again, if I want to go to the Forms homepage or back to Google Drive, you can do that. So this will take me back to Google Drive, and I'm in my main page. So there you go. I hope that you start creating and having some fun with it, and just learning all the great things that Google Drive has to offer.